So we're in the car on his way to Slough.
In London.
In London.
Right, it's a couple of hours later. To cut a long story short, we're now stood in front of our new van.
And first van disaster.
It's going to be a long project. Right, two things have happened since the last update. I've almost sliced my finger off.
We're being crazy. So we've been sat all morning again, looking at vans, looking at configurations, literally going through everywhere on Auto Trader, and we came across the most amazing van that ticks all the boxes. It's a long wheelbase, an L3 H3 Vauxhall Crafter in silver, so it's not like white that's going to show every bit of muck. Perfect condition, no VAT. So we're in the car on his way to Slough.
In London.
In London. And it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. The guy shuts at 6. We've got like an hour, but he did say when I spoke to him that it would stay open for us. He described it. It's basically an ex-gardener's van, and it kind of just ticks all the boxes. And I feel like we're rushing, and we're being very radical and
spontaneous.
Yeah. So it's really, really cheap as well. All the vans that we've been looking at are like 16 grand onwards with plus VAT. This is basically not even a quarter of that. So it's got 150,000 miles on it, but it's a diesel. It's a 2.5 litre diesel, which was also putting us off a little bit because of the amount of fuel that it'll use. But it's only going to be driving from place to place, and then Europe next year, assuming we've got it converted in time. So we're on our way to get a van. Well, we're on our way to look at a van, and it's about 10-15 minutes from Lisa's, but she's not going to be in, is she?
Lisa Renee.
Lisa Lollipop.
She's not going to be in, I don't know.
No, she's not. She's off to her sister's. So who knows what's going to happen in the next few hours, but right now we have a 3-hour 57-minute journey to Slough near Heathrow Airport. So while he's driving like Grandpa Joe trying to get us to the motorway, it's a humid, misty, murky, what's the right word? Murky day, and the tarmac on the road is actually, the rain is evaporating off the road because it's actually warm when the sun shines. And we have got 3 hours 43 minutes to go. Right, some time has passed. We have got 1 hour 16 minutes to arrive. Looking good. Not very much traffic on the M25 at the moment showing. It's still showing the same ETA as when we first set off. We've just been sat here for the last 2 hours contemplating are we doing the right thing, because there's a lot of things to factor in, like we know nothing about water heaters, solar panels, showers, drainage, anything like that. It would be a huge, well, it will be a huge learning curve for us. So at one point we actually set the sat nav and turned round, but we didn't actually get off the motorway. So we're still having doubts, but every day's best, and sometimes you just got to take a risk. And all the videos that we've watched, they've all said the same thing, that they had no experience whatsoever and they just bought a van and just started doing it. And if I can do an apartment, I'm sure I can do a camper van. Don't you think?
I need a wee, a coffee and some food.
But you're only going to get a wee, you're not going to get out else when we get there. Right, it's been a very fast journey actually. It's the quickest journey we've ever made it down to London. We've got another 2 miles to go. We're just waiting at the traffic lights, and then hopefully we get to see our new van. We've actually been discussing names. We haven't come up with one yet though.
Right, it's a couple of hours later. To cut a long story short, we're now stood in front of our new van.
We are at Watford Gap Services on our way back to up to the East Coast. We haven't named it yet, so for now it's going to be called the van that has not been named.
We'll show you a lot more tomorrow because we're not going to get home until 11:30, and that was before we stopped. We're just going to go to this McDonald's just here.
Watford Gap. Come on, I'm starving. We're back. It's past midnight.
10 past midnight.
We would have got back at 1:45, but somebody was responsible for reading the sat nav in Robin. Didn't listen to it. Was playing to Kylie Minogue, damming it full blast. Missed the turn off. 15-mile diversion down the motorway towards Selby.
We're here.
So we had to go down the motorway, all the way back up, and it's added about half an hour on.
Now we're going to have a slice of toast.
And then tomorrow morning,
we'll show you around the van properly.
Yeah, and I've discovered that the cab lights aren't working, so I think it's just bulbs because there is power to the unit. We'll find out tomorrow. Right, my toast, please. Good night.
Next morning, very early, and first van disaster. A flat tyre, a very flat tyre. So goodness knows what's happened to that, whether they're nailing it, screwing it, or whatever. So we're going to try and pump it up and get it to a garage that we use. We were going to take it into the garage anyway to have him just check it all over. But he said if we can get it up to him, he'll check this out, get a new tyre on it. It has got a spare.
Always a frigging drama with us.
So, not a great start to the morning,
Nope.
but keeping positive. At least we've got a van
With a flat tyre.
with a flat tyre.
Right, can you get me the pump? That looks pretty bad actually.
The good news is
It's pumping up without losing it at the faster rate that it's pumping up, so it looks like it's a slow puncture.
Right, we have the newly named, for now, screws. Unless we change our mind, MJ, which stands for Mary Jane.
We've had 3 names so far. We've had Daphne, Edna, Bertha, and
We like MJ at the
Thelma.
moment. Mary Jane. Peter Parker's girlfriend, because I was watching Spider-Man the other day. And
Parker has gone, by the way.
Yeah.
He got picked up today, so we no longer have Parker. We've just got
No.
Robin now.
Parker's gone. So Peter Parker's gone, but MJ's replaced him.
Yeah. So there's a lot of work to be done. Mainly the cleaning in the cab at the front. It's like it's an old decorator's van, so there's a lot of cleaning up and like an inch of dust.
So
I've
I've
just
just
come
been-
in here to just kind of lay out with chalk
Yeah.
what we do. We've been looking at a lot of designs.
Yeah.
So this is the kind of plan that you would come in the door here. This step would be half the width it is. It'll be boxed in with wood. There'd be a stool there with a pull-down cupboard for shoes. Assuming I can make one. I have no idea how. I'm not a carpenter. A padded cushion so you can sit 2 people by the door. Coat hooks, maybe some bamboo and some light on the wall.
And a hanging plant.
Yeah. A shower.
Full shower cubicle.
So it'll be a 90cm corner tray with the toilet inside. So we can either get a fitted one, so you can there, or
We
can
get a
get
porta potty.
a lifted one, which is basically what we saw today, which is the electric one.
Which actually I didn't mind.
Yeah. So it's quite big to get a shower in here.
Yeah.
So it's just like a normal shower in your house. And
That's
you can
one of the
get
things
some
I don't
special
like.
doors.
I didn't like about Taylor Swift.
Yeah, well,
when we
this
went
will
last
have-
year, it was a tiny
We'll
shower.
probably put a rainfall shower in actually.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
So
Tiled in there, really nice, modern.
you can't put tile.
Oh,
Because if the van wobbles slightly, all the tiles crack on the
well,
ground.
you can get something that looks like tile.
You can get those big plastic sheets and fit them in, and then you.
I've seen loads of videos where people have got tiles on.
You can do it on there because there's only a few of them, or you can get those stick-on ones.
Stick
that
on
look
ones, yeah, I
like
imagine
tiles.
it's all stick on ones in van
Yeah,
life.
but you can't have stick-on in a shower.
Yeah, but anyway.
So this would be the kitchen area. So oven would be there, which would actually stand out a little bit further to get the Thetford gas oven in. The top would be an induction hob, which would be running off electric, which I'll come on to in a bit. The kitchen cupboards will go from there up to this line here, which would actually be the start of a partition, or a partial partition. And then that side is kind of the bed. So here would be a window, we'll put a window in. We'll put the sink there, the taps, and then you'd have worktop space between the cooker and the washing up area. And then a little splashback here, and then all this will be tiled. Cupboards up here, colour coordinated to whatever theme colour we'll have. On this side we'll have another window. We'll have a chair there, a table, another chair that goes over the step, and then the table itself will fold down and make another sleeping area, if you will. And then a cushion from under this chair will slide out and create like an L-shaped sofa for when you want to chill on a night. Here there'll be a door that goes into the lower half of this. So the bed will be on this half, upwards. The lower half will be the garage. So all the electrics and the plumbing and everything will be in there. There's a lot of space in this garage, actually. And it's a 140cm bed, so it's a double.
Yeah, it's good though, because we'll need us camping chairs. I don't like the word camping. It'll need us luxury chairs.
Well, I'll
You know,
put
things like that.
So from here downwards, there'll be like a cupboard, and it can span back as far as them if you want. And then in it, we'll put like a rail, and we'll have hook-up clothes, and then shoes. So just use it as a storage
Shoes,
cupboard.
tools.
No, tools will go in the garage, but that will be
Yeah, that's what I
integrated.
meant. Yeah, I meant this area.
So from here upwards will be the bed. There'll be cupboards on this side. TV will be there, 12-volt TV. This side will just have reading lamps. So your pillars will be there. And then we'll put black glass windows in the back, so you've got light coming in at the back.
Right, crack on with it.
And that's it.
Let me know when it's
and that'll
done.
take about 6 months if we did it like
Every day.
continually. Not every day, but
It's going to be a long project.
it's going to be very long. So the next thing we have to do is to get all this crap, all this plywood out, strip it back, get some battens in to lift the floor up, put some insulation down, and then put some new plywood down. And then the same with the walls. And then once we've done that, what we need to do is get like cladding, which we've got to staple on all the way around, or screw on all the way around. So floor, walls, everywhere has got to have that in it, and then we can start building structure inside it.
And we're taking that bulkhead off as well.
Yeah, that's
and
coming
then putting
out, which is in two pieces, and then we'll put a partition wooden wall up there, which the shower will actually connect the backing frames onto, and then this will just be plywooded over and then painted. That's the plan.
Good morning, welcome to the next day. It's bright and early, it's very bright, it's very warm.
Very early now.
What time is it?
7:21.
7:21, so I've been up since 6:15, showered and shaved and all that stuff. And we are going to ATS Europe to get the aircon regassed and antibacterial flushed out, or whatever it is to do. Fingers crossed it's the old type of gas, which it should be on this van from 2008, because it only cost £54. I got a deal on Groupon, £41 for the regas or £54 with the antibacterial, so I went for the £54. If it's the new kind of gas, which is usually cars and vans registered after 2017, it's about 141 quid or something like that.
Did they tell you that when you rang them?
No, it's all on the information when you book it. So fingers crossed it's the old kind of gas, which it should be.
I have a feeling that it's just not going to go as simple as we think.
Well, it does say on the Groupon thing, like the terms and conditions, the fine print, which would use this anyway, please note that appointment, it says somewhere about like if there's any leaks in the aircon or anything like that, then it might cost more because they've got to do all sorts of stuff, or they might should not be able to do it. So fingers crossed it'll all go smooth and easy.
I mean, it is an old van, so it's probably just leaked and never been replaced over time.
Fingers crossed. Well, when Nick drove back the other day in the red hot sun, he put the aircon on, but it wasn't cooling, was it?
It was lathered.
So fingers crossed that'll all go to plan today.
Slice of toast, 12 beans each. You've not got many beans on yours, actually.
Have you been eating them while I've been getting coffee?
Are they decafs?
Decaf white coffee. We're in spoons. Getting ready for van life.
And getting used to it. Right, tuck in.
Right, we've had us breakfast. We're going to go for a walk in town. Hopefully the aircon will be done soon. I'm going to just wait for the call.
45 minutes.
Just walking out and the phone's ran. It's
Oh,
the
that's good.
garage.
Right, okay, we'll set off walking back now. Ooh, thank you.
All done.
Right,
All done?
done. If there's a leak though,
Well, it would have told
it might
you.
go cold in a few days. Well, you'd think they'd check for leaks,
Yeah.
wouldn't you? So
Well, that one nice
we'll
and
find
easy.
out, yeah. The smell of isopropanol in here is like really strong. It's almost like... Right, let's test it.
Is that aircon on?
Minute. Let's test. It's difficult to know when it's not like needed. Do you know what I mean? It's getting cold.
It's cool, isn't
It's
it?
getting cold. We'll know when we set off.
Yeah, we'll monitor it.
Get us back to the lodge. It's frigging freezing now. Woo-hoo. So we just realised that we've been pushing there's a light on it that says AC off and rest, but the light on it doesn't actually tell you whether you put it on or off. So by turning it off, it actually activates the aircon. So we were just saying, I wonder if the aircon worked all along, but it didn't, because when we drove it back from Slough, I was trying all sorts of settings and sweating my ass off. But I've just pushed the button now and it's instantly gone like ice.
It's amazing.
It's like American aircon now, isn't it? When you're driving in America.
So if we take the van, which we think we're going to call Taylor, because we liked the name for our
And we only had it for 2 weeks.
rental, and it wasn't really ours. And
Turn it down a bit.
the girls named it, so meet Taylor, or
Yeah.
as Nick put it, Lady Taylor the Second.
Lady Taylor the second.
So anyway, if we take Taylor to Europe and it's red hot, and I can't sleep in the back because it's too warm,
Just coming here with the engine running.
and sleeping in. Right, we're back at the lodge and the first job of the day is done. Well, not the first job, the second job actually after the aircon. Fly screen fitted. So now we can keep those 2 windows open throughout the day. It's already letting some air through, which is nice.
Nice.
It's very hot today.
Apparently it's going to be 29 tomorrow, or 24 around here.
Right, let's get some van work done, shall we?
Let's do this.
Strip and clean.
What's the first job?
Get these bolts on the floor up.
Which bolts? These?
Them screws, this is screwed, these are bolted, we need to take that and that up and get basically chop it up and take it to tip.
Right, update at the moment, so it's very warm today, 23 degrees, I just asked Alexa. A lot is off. It's just the side panels for now, some of the bulkhead. You say you've done some of the bulkhead as well?
I've done the screws, but it's bolted on, I need to switch bits, but at the minute there's silicone sealant all down the bottom, so I'm going to cut that off to release these plywood panels and then I can start working on the floor.
Just getting the door panels off, and then that's what's underneath, that's where windows are going. We've got all the side panels off, apart from the wheel arch things, what do we call them?
Wheel arch boxes.
Yeah. And then it's, well, we've got to figure out how to get this floor off. Not sure whether they've glued it or silicone sealed it somehow or whatever they've done, but that's what's going to be coming up next. Right, this is the state of things. We've got this bit of wood up.
It's all glued
yeah,
to the premium floor. This is bolted down under here, and this is glued, so we can't get to the bolts. We found two, but we can't find where the others are. Otherwise, we could just lift it out in one big sheet.
Right, two things have happened since the last update. I've almost sliced my finger off by getting it trapped between two bits of wood with lots of
blood-curdling screams.
With lots of sharp edges on. Yeah, so I've had lots of ice on that. So it's the first, probably of many cuts and scrapes we're going to get while we're building a van. And the second one will just be down to the skip, the tip, to get rid of all the wood. So we've now got an empty van. So
dirty one, but an empty
one. So I'm going to start cleaning it out.
We've just got one problem.
Yes.
This floor bolt would not loosen, and it's ground the head away, and all I can do is turn it, but I can't loosen the bolt that's in the floor. I can't get pliers around it to grip it.
Well, we'll have to just see what we can do about that.
We probably need to lend somebody's angle grinder and like grind it off.
Yeah. It's only taken 5 minutes that to get that off.
So the amazing screwdrivers they've got are still connected to the bottom.
Here,
still.
there's one there.
And there's a big lug on that wall as well. But never mind, we're almost there.
Done. There were a few, well, quite a lot actually, of screws holding it all across there.
I'm going to take this section out as well because you have to grind them off otherwise. And I'm going to build a wall here, so it doesn't really matter.
Okay.
So this last bit and that's done.
Right, we've cleaned it out some more. Nick's just pressure washed everywhere. Just to give it a good going over with water. And I think that's as clean as we're going to get it. Or at least as clean as we need it, isn't it, that?
Hey?
That's about as clean as we need it. Obviously, we need to clean all this bumper and everything. But that's all going to be covered by flooring. Time for the roof to be cleaned. Nick says it's filthy up there. A bit like his knees. So that bit I've done. This bit I've still to do, and where my feet are. What are you doing?
Watching. Right, we're done for the day. It's too warm for starters. It's 4:30. No, it's not, it's 5:30. My bandages aren't looking as good as they were, so I'm going to have to take them off. I'm going to make some food. Nick's making us a gin. We've done a bit of tidying as much as we can. And to add on to all this carnage, 4 people are coming tomorrow.
Might be coming.
Bye, Brenda, Uncle Brian, my mum and dad
Well,
are all coming. They know that we can't sort of probably entertain them as much, and they don't mind. They're just coming to see us.
Brian and your dad can help.
Well,
Put them to good use.
they're coming over just to chill out at the lodge, see us, and go out for some whatever they want to do.
Coming for a nosy. That's what they're coming.
No, they're coming to see us. And
As well,
I told them, you know, we'll be busy on the van, but feel free to come and see us. So they're coming tomorrow as well.
Double?
Yeah. Good morning. Welcome to the next day. It's 10:32. I've been editing. The sun is out. It's a little bit windy. It's supposed to be like one of the hottest days in the UK this year so far today. So that'd be nice in the back
Just
of a tin
today,
can.
it's going back of a steel can.
Yes. So
I'm just and ready, waiting.
me too. I've been editing. I'm a bit peckish actually. Might take a little snack. Are we going out in Taylor?
We have to do because
Yeah.
we're getting all the wood from Wicks.
That's fine. We can eat in Taylor. We're not allowed to eat in Robin at the moment. Well, never. We're going to keep it.
Never.
Well, Nick, we're back at the bar. I'll vacuum in it. I know you won't have noticed, but it's spotless in Robin. But for now, we can eat in Taylor.
What I've noticed is that you were eating on the sofa last night and made a stain. So I've just been scrubbing it.
It was
So we're not eating
water.
on sofas either.
So, my folks and Betty Brenda and Uncle Brian are coming later today. Not until later on when the
Free
traffic's a little bit better. So we've got to go out to Wicks, have we now?
Wicks for PIR board. We're going to get the Kingspan because it's cheaper than the Cellar Flex, I think it is. A lot cheaper. It costs about 80 quid to do the bottom of the van. And we're going to get some 25mm by 38mm battens. And we're going to fit the floor.
Come on then.
Today.
Come on then. Come on then. So as you can see, I'll just lower the lovely aircon. As you can see, we're now totally open at the back. The bulkhead's gone for now. We are going to build a wall here, a dividing wall, because the shower's going to go just there behind that wall there. But for now, we are totally open.
Just means the aircon's less effective now.
Yeah, aircon's less effective, but get it cooled down because it's going to be unbearable back in there later today.
Right, the first of many, I imagine, trips to Wicks. Oh, they do freshly made coffee and breakfast there. I'm starving. Wood for the floor. We're going with 9mm.
9mm.
Yeah.
On a 25mm deep batten. It should really be 12mm, but
We don't want to make it
thinking
too
about
heavy.
the weight.
Yeah.
So the 22mm board, sorry, the 12mm board was 22 kilos. This is 16.
Right, 3 of these. Are these the PIR boards?
Yep.
And these do.
They offer the same thermal properties as the expensive brand.
Right, okay, so
They're going to line the floor,
Yep. So they're to keep the heat in, I guess.
heat in and cold out.
Yep. Right, done. We also got this cordless impact driver, Wicks brand, to get the screws in the floor, and you got a free battery with it. So we are just waiting for breakfast. Lovely, jubbly. So I've got, so look at this egg, bacon and egg. This egg looks like it's done perfectly. And a bit of sausage for Nick. Right. Next job. Getting all these bits of wood cut down.
Can't do it, I need your help.
Hang on a minute, let me just hold it here, right, go. Right, getting all these bits of wood cut and down for the floor.
So a lot of people, when they try to do flooring on van conversions, often put the battens between the grooves, and then you end up with different levels.
Which is what we were going to do.
So I figured do it sideways,
Yeah.
and then the 25mm Kingspan will actually sit on these the same as the wood and make it all level. So we're going to do it that way.
Yeah. just want to stress the importance of getting the right equipment when you're doing something like this, like a van build. Those are great and they will come in handy, but this is absolutely brilliant.
Right,
so what we're putting in here?
28.
28.
And it's 3.
It was frustrating to put up. It was a pain in the ass actually because the instructions were rubbish, but it has been invaluable today. A quick nip to B&Q later because we had the wrong sized gun for the adhesive, and it's time to stick all these down.
I've stuck them.
Yeah.
They're already stuck.
Good.
It's like high strength stuff this.
We're using Evo Stick Grip Fill Extra. We got it from Wix.
This is back-breaking work.
Not long to go. We're almost at the end.
So, and then after we've done this, we have to cut the silver boards out exactly in the right sizes, and then
That'll be a pain in the ass.
that's going to be a pain in the ass. But it's so lightweight you can cut it with the carving knife. So we have decided to do it horizontally with battens across, and each one's being stuck down. So when I'm sticking these long ones, I'm not putting glue all across the wooden strips. I'm literally just putting it like dob, dob, dob where the raised beams are, and at the end, because there aren't any to raise them up, I'm using spacers.
We've still not been able to get that off.
But I can go around it, so.
Yeah. Right, we're now cutting the thermal board. So we've got the Kingspan Therma from Wix, as you saw earlier.
Which was relatively cheap compared to Amazon, actually. Very cheap, in fact. So I'm just going to mark it. And then this stuff is as light as a feather.
Yeah.
You can cut it with a carving knife.
You can lift it with your finger.
Bit nails on the blackboard.
Yeah.
There we go.
So we've got to cut one out for each
And then
of
slot
the
them in.
spaces. Yeah.
So I'm not going to measure. I've measured the width. I'm not going to measure each
No,
one. I'm
just
literally going to pop it
do
in,
it as you
cut
do.
it,
Yeah.
move to the next one.
Well, I'm glad when something's easy though, do you know what I mean?
At least we don't have to get a circular saw out.
Yeah.
They kind of just slot in. And because we got them the same distance, 25mm, same as the batten width,
Yeah.
it's just literally a case of making a bung and popping it in.
So that makes the basis for the floor, and then the wood goes over the top.
Then we put, we're actually going to put a 9mm plywood board on rather than a 12mm plywood board. Again, because of the weight restrictions, it reduces 6 kilos per sheet, so that's about 24 kilos for the entire van, which is a lot. Ooh.
Pretty simple, just a bit time consuming.
I might even let you do some of this.
So the family will be on their way very shortly. The lodge is a mess, but they know that, we've told them. But the seating area and the sofa and everything's fine, so they can watch some TV, and their bedrooms are all nice and tidy. So I don't know what we're doing for food tonight. We haven't had a chance, so it's either beans on toast,
Takeaway.
or maybe a Chinese takeaway.
Cup of tea for the king of farts and a fibre one. Get yourself a break.
Right, I've put some 5.5mm ply down just because the floor's not fully set and it just needs a bit of weight to push it down, and I don't want to be kneeling on the
Yeah.
boards because it'll perforate them.
And just an update on my serious injury from yesterday.
Your scratch is better.
It's healing, but it hurts. You can see, look, it's going to bruise on that knuckle as well. You can see.
No, that was cold.
Might have to go to hospital.
Oh, it hurts your back.
We've moved down this end, so it gives it a chance to dry more down there.
That one's set because that one it was done first.
Yeah.
We feel like we've not progressed much today because all we've done is put the floor down.
I think
And
we
this,
have. Yeah, but we had to
most
go
of
and
the
buy it
time
all.
it's been backwards and forwards.
Yeah, we had to
like
go
shopping.
yeah, buy it all. We've got the wooden slats down. Now we're putting the insulation down. So
I mean, the wooden slats, the cuts aren't great because we have to do them by hand. So in hindsight, we're going to buy a table saw to do all the other woodwork because that needs to be neat.
yeah.
But all this stuff like shorts and,
Yeah, that's
and like
fine.
split wood here, if we had a machine that would be perfect, but it's under the floor, you don't need to see that.
No, it's just for the cupboards and things like that. The furniture, it needs to be perfect. Right, we've just had a mad dash to pack everything up because we can hear thunder and the wind's getting up. I'm not sure how dark it looks on the camera, but well, you can see there.
Well,
that was what it was like. It is now very, very dark.
That light's come on.
And there is a storm coming, so we've just put everything away. So this is where we're at. We managed to get the floor done just in time. I had to just put everything back in there for now.
I feel disappointed today that we haven't done much.
Well, we've done loads, I think.
We had a late start, that was the problem.
Oh, yeah, because I was editing, got to edit. So there we go.
Oh my god, that was literally 2 minutes since we walked in and that's just started. My god, that was good timing. Oh, I'm having to shut the door now because it's blowing in rain. Lee's just on the phone to his mum, apparently they're travelling through it. They're going to call for a Chinese, oh my god. Proper torrential. This is Florida style rain. Oh my god, look at the lake. Right, I've just been in the bath. I've had a hot bath because I'm absolutely knackered and my back is aching from all the work that I've done today. How are you feeling?
Very tired. The helper always does the more work.
Who's this? Who's this here? So
She's retired, she says.
these lot have arrived. She's just been watching herself on Florida videos. So she said she didn't want to go on the camera anymore, hence why her back's turned and saying nothing.
Going up camera
Rubbish! Rubbish! I've just been in the bath and I've literally heard them
I've gone to
screaming.
bed, actually, out of the way.
They've been screaming their heads off watching the Florida videos. So, are we finishing the vlog?
Yes.
Right, go on then.
Thanks for watching today, guys. Hit the like button, click the notification bell, drop us a comment below.
Bye.
Hope you're enjoying our van conversion, which will be going on for quite some time. So tomorrow, what we're doing?
Resting.
No, what actually we're doing?
Back to Wicks again. I need to buy a table saw and a jigsaw because I
We've got
bought
to
the wrong one.
finish the flooring.
Finish the flooring, get that done, and then possibly start on the windows.
Yeah. See you tomorrow. Oh, but the next vlog.
Bye, Brenda.
Bye.